Morning everyone, we are now on day 7 of Blitz, our sourdough starter, and because it is officially day 7 we can do a sourdough starter discard. So I'm gonna grab out one of my little containers to discard into. I'm gonna be making a sourdough discard pancake batter. It calls for a quarter cup. It calls for a quarter cup of sourdough discard. I'm still gonna do where I'm pouring out half of what I have here. So Blitz came up, we had a little bit of a rise. Blitz came up to here. We're gonna bring it down to about half, which is right about here. And we're gonna pour Blitz out into our little container so we can start doing our discards. Get a butter knife. Oh, here, let me help you guys out with some illumination. My wonderful husband loves to get on to me all the time about working in the dark. I can see just fine with some light. He begs to differ. When I was younger, probably got out more than half, but that will be fine. Because this discard will last at least 2 days in the refrigerator if I refrigerate it. Or I can just use it all up and make a double batter of pancakes. Now, we got Blitz scraping down to the bottom. We're gonna put Blitz into a clean jar and do our feed. Alrighty, so I just got Blitz switched over into a fresh clean jar. I'm gonna go ahead and do the feed. We're gonna continue with our half cup of unbleached all-purpose flour and our just below a quarter cup of water. Yesterday during day 6 feed, I did add a little bit more than a quarter cup of water just to try to bring balance back to Blitz because it was on the drier side. So you may need to tweak it as you go, and that's perfectly fine. That's honestly really normal with your sourdough starters because sourdough is pretty much a Tamagotchi. It goes by the day. And if you don't know what a Tamagotchi is, I will probably go cry myself to sleep. Thank you. Here we go. There's a quarter cup. Again, as always, I'm going to be using cool to cold tap water because I'm on a well, so I actually can trust my water. I'm going up just a little bit because we were having that issue with the starter being dry, but it's being on the drier side, so it's still just below a quarter cup, but it's closer to being a quarter cup. Hey, George and Freya. My 4-legged children came in roughhousing. Oh, biscuits, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, after we get Blitz all nice and happy, and we're going to be checking how Blitz is doing with this mix-in just to make sure I don't need to add a little bit more water. But after I get Blitz all nice and happy, I'll record another video showing you how to do the discard pancakes. Because those are honestly my oldest my oldest kids' favorite kind of pancakes. I can speak. I haven't had my first cup of coffee yet. Just bear with me. Will you two stop? Oh my goodness. Sorry for the extra loud noise this morning. I don't know what's going on with my dogs. They're just going at it today. There we go. Like always, make sure you're checking the bottom of it and getting all of the flour mixed in. With how thick it is, where it's coming out like dumpling dough, I'm gonna be adding a little bit more water to it. So again, as I was saying earlier, you're gonna have to adjust and tweak it as you go, depending on what your starter needs. My starter obviously is very thirsty and needs extra water. I'm gonna mix that in because you want it at a consistency like a thick pancake batter. I keep on saying that until everybody starts repeating it in their sleep like a mantra. It's gotta be like a thick pancake batter. Yeah, we're still on the more thicker side for dumpling dough, like a tacky dumpling dough. We're gonna go ahead, add just a smidge more water. I don't want to give it too much and create water separation, because you can't do that. If you add too much water, you'll have water separation. Too little, you'll have too dry of a starter. So right now it's just a matter of eyeballing it, mixing it in, and if you add a little bit too much water, like I probably just did, you can always add just a touch more flour, or you can just let it go. If water separation occurs, add less water for your next feed. Here we go. Come on. Let go of my knife. There we go. Actually, I may not have added too much water. We will find out tomorrow. If there's any water separation, then I would have added too much water. But here we are. Goodness gracious. Here we are. Where's my light? There it is. It's nice on the thicker side, just like a very thick pancake batter. Not like dumpling dough anymore, which is perfect. You don't want dumpling dough consistency, you want pancake batter consistency. So Blitz is now fed for day 7, so in the next couple of days, usually between 7 and 10, sometimes it can go longer depending on your area and the weather. We are going to have our bloom, where Blitz will be fully fermented and double its size. Once it's at that point, then we can go ahead and make bread out of Blitz. So here we are with Blitz, day 7. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey with me, and this will honestly be my first time making a sourdough bread with my sourdough starter. My very first starter, I messed up and slightly food poisoned my family with unready discard. But when my first sourdough starter did bloom, it bloomed too early. It was a false rise, and then it dried out and pretty much died. So this is really exciting. This is going to be a first for me for making actual sourdough bread. And I will let you guys know how that journey goes. So as always, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna start a new video and start recording on how to make sourdough discard pancakes. Thank you.